This is what I tell people with the production company. If you get two creative guys, which is 99% of the time, come together and they go, we want to create a production company, say, don't do it. Because what you need is a businessman and a creative guy that comes together. And that way, because the second you get a job and you go do it, you're unemployed. Because nobody's finding you that next job and that next job. But Rick's job was solely to get work. And then he worked on the writing like you talk about to get it written, whether he wrote it, hired writers, whatever, to the point where he could pass it off to us. And then we said, see ya.
Yep.
And then he went and got
But
more.
he also packaged the presentations and
Well, yeah,
knew
he was great at
exactly,
that.
he knew exactly what you guys could deliver.
I used to say, Rick, your job is not expendable. All of us creative people, you can get new ones of us.
That is so right on, Steve.
I said, we can't get a new one of you. Look at it this way. If we got no work, doesn't matter what we do. If we got tons of work, we can do it. We can hire people to do it, like you said, whatever. But getting the work is the hardest part of the gig.
I guess the larger question would be, how do you get work in general? You're recommending maybe get a business partner or something like that. But for someone like myself, it's just like, I don't have the business partner. I'm doing it on my own. It's worked for me. It may not work for others, but just getting the work in general. How do you get yourself out there? And from my experience, it's been getting on smaller productions, working my way up, getting to know people, and networking is huge. And that's what's bringing in my work.
Let's go through the silos. Let's start, at the bottom here. So wedding work. I think it's great. Shot a couple hundred weddings myself. Great proving ground. Besides weddings, you could do corporate communications. You could start a production company. We talked about that. That's another avenue you can go. You can have your own business, or you can work for a production company. That's another way you can go.
Or create that position in a small company as that, the web guy, the video guy, the content guy.
Then you can go the predator route, where I think this untapped market that just really interests me is going business to business to business and say, how about you pay me, $1,000, $500 a month, and I'm going to make 2 original videos, and we're going to build a little social network for you, and we're going to write blog posts, and we're going to try to connect everybody in the what I call the micro web, which is within 2 miles, because we live in an urban environment here. So everything within 2-mile radius, we try to blanket those people and find out who they are, even if it's flyers, and we get them to sign up to his social network. And he's like, tonight we're having this special salmon. Check out how we're making it. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Here's a picture of it. Every single business you were talking about needs everything from photography to video to writing.
Yeah, because a lot of big corporations, they're getting away from having an in-house video department, and they're going out and they're doing the contracted freelance
And small
route.
companies can't do it on their own.
No, they can't.
That's a perfect situation. Yeah. And I think the young graduates, if they've taken the right courses, can do that right out of school.
I think that's going to be a burgeoning market. It's right now I talk to a lot of small businesses, and I'm like, how are you getting the word out? And they're like, well, they're not.
Well, and you hit on something that's really at the cutting edge right now, I think, and that is partnering the web and distribution and social media with video content. And I just wrap it under digital video marketing. Hey, our clients need video content. How do we integrate that into our program? And one of the things that I did, and Kevin, to your point, was I said, well, listen, instead of introducing me as a separate entity, I'll just come under your umbrella. I'll be your in-house resource to produce all your content for all your web clients.
That comes back up to a point that you brought up earlier in regards to, are you marketing yourself as a production company, or are you marketing yourself as yourself? A lot of people don't want to go to a corporate name, like a company name. They want to actually be talking to the person that's actually going to either be the director or the DP. So for my experience, it's always been like they'll bypass the company website and get in contact directly with me.
That's a good niche to be in, because you have qualified clients who already know the business that can go directly towards you. Because if a marketing guy was calling you, he wouldn't know jack shit about directing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I want to talk about this idea that we've sort of shifted to, which is kind of sad, but we're making a lot of these videos that are 15 and 30-second videos, and then we literally put a stamp on there that says 30-second video so that the viewer knows that, I mean, I kind of have this crazy theory that, from some of the research that we did, but that every 15 seconds you're making a determination if you're going to continue watching this project.
It starts with the very first frame of what's being shown.
The thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnail. I mean, I remember Steve, like 5-6 years ago when I first started putting things on the internet, and you mentioned back in one of your series, you said, you know, that thumbnail is your marketing tool right there. I remember you mentioning that, and it is, because if I post a video, like if I posting behind the scenes, if I post a behind the scenes thumbnail to start off the video and it's just someone standing there, it's not going to get any views. You put a camera, you put a crew or something in that frame, that's going to get the most hits.
This is how serious you have to get about, you know, telling a story, because this is part of your story. This is your marketing story.